Monday morning, July 27th, entered a short trade on the S&P 500. I'm on the 15-minute now. I'll zoom out, but we're up at a fib area of the 240, and on the 15 we had this head and shoulders. Now that said, uh, we closed below the neckline, and I'm short in like right about here. On the 5-minute, I wanted to show how much it's worth waiting for a close because here's market open, and it was wild, and we came ripping back up here and we were unable to close below the line, and it wasn't until this bar that we closed. So I was going to sit and wait and try to catch some of this pullback, but I think I got in like right here, uh, just because I don't know how much this is going to pull back or not. So stops going up above here and targeting these lows on the hourly. So real quick, yeah, to recap, on the 240, we are still in this. We had this high up here, we pushed down, we came up into the fib zone. We have this trend line that's sort of been holding, but more importantly, we have the fib zone here, and we have the support and resistance zone, and we showed a head and shoulders. So we have a break of structure on the hourly, well, if this closes below it, but on the 15, we do have a solid break of structure with a close on the head and shoulders. So went short. All right. About 7:25 Pacific, about an hour into the market, and as you can see on the S&P, we certainly dropped based on this head and shoulders. So very glad I grabbed it in. Uh, I just exited right around here because it's the pivot point. If I were to put the pivots on, I may have taken myself out a little early. I should be targeting these lows. Um, I just set it to the pivot and walked away. This wasn't actively managed. Is where I'm going to give myself some credit because it's not like I was sitting here freaking out. I did get a little spooked here because of the volume node, but just stop overlooking for reasons to be scared. Probably target these lows up in here. I don't know, but this seemed like a big area of prior support, and we certainly closed in the gap. And really, more for me, we were extending well. The pivot point was well past the 200% of the head and shoulder. So all in all, we'll see what happens, and if we can continue down, we might get some price action that comes back up and lets me come back in actually at a much better deal. So we'll see. Solid trade, solid trade, solid trade. I think I got in like right here, and I had my out there. So yeah, I got a 1.7 on this, 1.6. So all in all, good trade. Quick update on the S&P for future reference. Target lows. So I got out somewhere up here, around right here, because it was a pivot. But if you look, I mean, I left probably $1,000 on the table, a couple $100. Even this low here, which would have kind of been that last low since the pop or whatever, um, would have worked down here on the 60-minute. Some clean lows down here would have been good to target. But not kicking myself too much, but just in general, let the market run is the message here. So this could, I got out at about 1.7. This could have been a 2.5er, or at least a 2 point something, even if I got it right now with this candle. So that's okay. Gonna wait, gonna see. Looks like well, who knows what's gonna happen, but definitely interested should we start coming back up, looking for an area to enter short again and rejoin this clear and present downtrend in the S&P. It's almost become an 8 a.m., lunchtime pullbacks. I'm not going to play the upswing, but definitely going to be watching if we have any kind of double top or whatever, um, up towards the fibs or the gap zones. So just a little update. Let them run. Let them run. Let them run. Let them run. Target lows.
Just giving the quickest update on how low we went on the S&P. So it's on the hourly, but I got out around here in this gap, and we ended up going all the way down to this low here. I'm not sure if the wicks are showing, but we have a wick that ends right here on this bar, and we would have hit that. We did not hit the low of this wick, the various low, but still, I was a little nervous targeting these lows here. I got out here. Um, it's okay, but just left probably a good 50 to 100% of the trade on. But good lesson learned. Here's just that view on the 15-minute. You can see the head and shoulders way up here. And yeah, so now I'm just waiting to see what happens. Not trying to get too cute and play this long. Gonna wait and see how we return in and if we have something form up in here.